of Ethiopia who held all the treasuries for the Queen of Ethiopia, and this man was able to be ministered to by God in a desert. And if God can do it in a desert where this man had just been rejected, then God can do it anywhere in our lives as well. While we're walking down the street, while we're in Asda and Tesco doing our shopping, God could be directing us to people that could be hungry for His word and hungry, and basically all it could take is just for us to speak into their lives, and God would do great things in their lives. I believe that Philip had such a heart and a hunger for people and for the things of God that he was able to do just great things through the Spirit of God because of his desire to go and do whatever the Lord was wanting to do. Now, where would Philip be if, when the Spirit of God told him to go down south and meet this Ethiopian? This Ethiopian eunuch? What would happen if he was just like, listen, no, I like where I am right now in Samaria, just leave me alone, someone else can do it? What do you think maybe the outcome for Philip would be? You know, would this Ethiopian eunuch be ministered to? I don't know, but we find that there's just this willingness for Philip to do what the Lord is asking. With our lives as well, there needs to just be a willingness to do what the Lord is asking us to do and not stay in our comfort zones. You know, Philip was able to move in Samaria and do great things, even though he was hearing about the persecution that was taking place in Jerusalem, hearing about Stephen, who's probably stoned to death, and Philip's thinking, what if they stone me to death? But yet, I'll go and preach the message anyway. And this is Philip's desire to go and to do that as well. So that kind of is just a summary of Acts chapter 8 there. As you read on from 9, we can look at the conversion of Saul, going from Saul to Paul on his road to Damascus, how he meets, how Jesus speaks to him, how the Lord speaks to Saul there on the road to Damascus, and how the Lord opens up the doors for him to connect with some people who are able to minister into his life. And also this conversion takes place from God turning one of the greatest enemies of the church into one of the greatest blessings to the church. If God can use some of the greatest people who oppose the church and turn them around for great things, and God can do it for the people in our lives who may be looking and thinking, God, there's no way that you can work in their life. We can look at Paul and say, well, if God can do it in Paul's life, where he's throwing people into prison, where he's actually like giving consent over to people to stone those who are preaching the message, then God can do it through these people as well. So our reading, I think we did Acts 1 through 3 in September. October we did Acts 4 through 6. November we did 7 through 9. So for next month, for December, if you can read chapters 10 through 13, and then, I know there's no class in December, but basically if you can just read between December and January, just read over those 3 chapters, alright, 10 to 13. Bless me. Wow. No, I'm just, I don't know. I'm maybe a little bit.
You need antibiotics.
Antibiotics. Yeah, so if we could just read over maybe 10 through 13. And if there's any questions or anything that you guys want to talk to me about, we can do as well. Some of the recap stuff as well that you can find. I don't think we have to recap too much, but I'll just give you this time now from over the next 15 minutes to look over to do this test. So I'll leave that with you. Peyton can sit with you guys. That's alright. Just go over this test. And for you guys who are online as well or watching this video, if you could just try and get your test done online and then just send it over to me ASAP, and I'll get it marked and give them back to you. That would be great. It means when January comes, I'll give you your scores back and we can move on in our teaching. Thank you for your time today, and bless you in Jesus' name.